Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official nomination ceremony of the Trackmania Awards 2019. I am Thomas Mengozzi, aka G-Geek, and accompanying me throughout the night is none other than Eirik Koldal. Hello, Eirik.
Hey man, how are you, man?
I am happy to be here. I'm nervous because I'm doing the realization, but I hope everything will be fine. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see the reveal of the nominees for the 27 categories that are up for grabs right now.
Yeah, it's been a long project in the making. I mean, we're already in April and I plan to do this in January, but some technical problems. So in the end, you had to be the man who saved this project and had to do this in the last minute. But at least here we are. The nominations are about to happen and the nominees are about to be revealed.
Exactly. So we've got 27 awards up for grabs today, and I hope I got this right. Yes, so our first award for tonight, we're going to kick it off right away with Story of the Year, the biggest storyline that we've retained from this entire year of Trackmania that has been 2019. Our very first Story of the Year is the comeback of Trackmania United. Now, United itself was pretty much dead in the water back in 2018 with only a few 3v3 cups being held with less than 10 people attending. But in 2019, the people started coming back again. We got new 3v3 leagues actually being restarted, and we've got people that were active 10 years ago that have been coming back to actually take the fight to some of the best people in the game, and actually taking a little bit of a fight to some of the newer people in the game, leading to incredibly unpredictable matches. 2019 was definitely the year of United. On to the second nominee on our list, we have Riolu's Trackmania Turbo World Records. Now, back in December 2018, Riolu already had 130 out of the 200 world records, leaving them with 70 of the most difficult and random maps in the entirety of Trackmania. The final map, 004, was all about a random cut, which took Ryulu 42 hours to get, concluding this insane journey, which is arguably the biggest Trackmania achievement ever.
Terrible place to discuss that, but yeah, I heard about it, and of course, it's yes, it's done. Yes. Oh my God.
Our third nominee in the category for Story of the Year is the Nadeo story. After a couple world records have been hunting down in the Trackmania campaign in early 2019, a real hype started coming again, with people coming back to hunt the campaign maps throughout the entire year. The hype lasted for months, and in the end, only 9 out of the 65 former world records stayed unbeaten, with players continuing to actually get battling to that with each other to improve world records. There have been over 100 WR improvements over the course of the year, making 2019 an unforgettable year for TMNF. Our fourth and final nominee for the Story of the Year honors is the introduction of the Trackmania Grand League. The Grand League kind of came out of nowhere, sponsored by came out of nowhere on the big stage of the scene, shaking the competitive scene to its very core, and great departure from what we saw in the tried-and-tested esport formula. Backed by Nadeo and Ubisoft, it was met with a lot of criticism, but also a great deal of praise to showcase Trackmania to new audiences at the cost of the existing disciplines, leaving 2020 a question mark as to how things will proceed. Moving on to our next category in our list, we have the Lagoon Player of the Year, the player who has won the most time, who has been the winningest in the Lagoon scene so far. Now, actually, I'm gonna have to wait a few seconds right here. I need to bring up my notes. I'm really sorry about that. That is unforeseen. There we are. So, our first nominee for Lagoon of the Year, Player of the Year honors is none other than Marius89. The Safemeister has got world records on all 3 of the XD Race time attack maps. Got himself 2 Lagoon KO wins under his belt, along with all of the 10 series green STMs. Our next nominee for Lagoon Player of the Year honors is Lars. Compatriot from Marius89, he's got all of 50 Lagoon STMs from 33 at the beginning of 2019. He backed himself 2 out of 3 XD race wins, with a second place in the third race, and 1 second place in a race time attack map from the XD race, and he's also won the only Lagoon Countdown KO. Our third contender for Lagoon Player of the Year honors is Vortex. His pedigree is maybe not as strong, but is still really decent, with 1 XD race map win, 1 second place in the XD race time attack map. Our fourth and final contender for Rookie of the Year honors, actually multiple world records in the MV title pack, and 1 Lagoon KO win for him. Our final contender is Bresso. Bresso is the one with the XD race map win, with the second place on an XD race time attack map. I'm really sorry that I kind of mixed the two together. It was not on my runner. Moving on to our next category on our list, we have Content Creator of the Year, rewarding people that have made valuable contributions to the community in the form of maps, videos, or whatever else. Our first contender for Content Creator of the Year honors is Big Bang 1112. Big Bang 1112 is the main developer and maintainer behind the Nadeo and VMix title pack, which he kept maintained throughout 2019. But aside from that, he's also worked on leaderboards, a fully fledged leaderboard manual link for all of the campaign maps from TM2 title packs. But perhaps his most impressive work is the creation of the Challenge title pack, a sandbox title pack allowing you to run all of the Nadeo maps and modify them to your leisure. Our next nominee for the Content Creator of the Year honors is Florenzius. Florenzius is known as the lead developer of the Unbitten studio, and along with his team, back in the July of 2019, he actually released the recreation of snow in Trackmania 2, being Alpine 1. A little bit later in the year, in December, he released the Cranked Up feature update, featuring quality of life improvements such as a skin selector, but most notably a fully featured platform campaign. Our third nominee in the Content Creator of the Year honors is Erwin Weber. Erwin Weber is mostly known for being the man behind the Electronic Sports Challengers Arena matchmaking platform, or ASAC, which he kept alive throughout 2019 with various